Cool. So nobody saw all the bullshit.
Yeah. It's a good thing you can't see below. I'm still wearing my Guinness pajamas.
Nice. Nice. So, so anyway, so let's talk about some stuff. You know, I don't know. I mean, this is the first time ever doing a blab. I mean, but I figured it'd be fun to try it out. I know it's your first time too, and it seems like this thing's starting to take off. Did you see that about like what's kind of going on in the growth of this thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of neat. So
amazing. This is really cool because I think everyone can interact, and it's a lot more personal than just sitting on a webinar or something where it's one way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, outside of that, I mean, then everybody can notice I need to get my hair cut too. I need to shave. My wife's already pissed off. Look at this.
I like that. Good.
Better than Google Hangouts. Yeah, actually, I don't care. I don't think you mind. So Richard and I were talking yesterday about Blab a little bit, and I'm like, dude, how do you monetize this thing? I'm just trying it out.
Yeah.
And oh, nice. Look. So I should show you a screenshot. Restarting your computer in 14 minutes and 50 seconds. The PC needs to restart to finish installing updates. Nice. Do you know how to stop that crap? It don't matter.
Or postpone.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, just a big thing that he said, which is kind of cool, and hopefully it's cool with me sharing it, Richard. But you know, I asked him, I was like, dude, how do you monetize this crap? And he was like, it kind of reminds me of the first time I ever using Twitter. And that's kind of why I went on here. I mean, I've got like 150,000 Twitter followers, or something like that, and I haven't even talked to and used it in like 5 years. But what he said he's doing, it's kind of cool. I mean, I could probably interview him on it, but
I'm going to take notes.
Content marketing. I mean, basically, he's doing interview style, and I think that's a good thing. That's why I kind of like pulled you in here, so I'm not just blabbing to myself.
Sure.
But it's kind of cool. Then he said he takes, you take the recording, and he's putting it out there. Putting the recording up. You can do upload it to YouTube and stuff like that, so you can kind of like syndicate the stuff out there. I know a lot of people are doing it for the podcast, so I don't know. I thought it was kind of neat. So from that perspective, it kind of reminds me of my A9 process that I created years ago. I don't know if you remember, anything from there. But,
yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. So
you have a ton of interviews I've seen where it's split screen like this and just get people on here and talk about good stuff and then make it evergreen.
Yeah. So there he is. He's calling in. There he is. Hold on. Let's get him in here.
All right. Party.
Yes, it is a party. I hate Windows. Man, Nick James is on. We got some cool people. I mean, everybody's on here is cool. Hey, man, you hear us?
Hey, Richard.
I can see you. Can you guys hear me?
I can.
Yeah.
Great. I'm still in my pajamas too, so.
Yeah, I know. I have my Guinness pajamas on. Last year's Christmas gift from my mother.
Awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, so let's talk to you about this just because this is my first blab. So I hit you up yesterday. I'm like, dude, I'm just doing this for the hell of it, quite honestly, just to see what it's like. But, and I said, how do you monetize this? And can you share with us kind of from that side of things?
Sure. I just use it specifically for content marketing. I'm big on content marketing, digital marketing nowadays with my digital marketing agency. And what we're doing is just creating a lot of content. We're interviewing a bunch of the industry experts, which obviously propel you as an expert in that particular field. So if you're just starting out in something, this is a great way of doing it.
Well, let me ask you this real quick too. I mean, do you have a name for your show? That's my big thing. I'm like, what the hell do I put up here? Do I, I changed it like 3 times and I go like, screw it, just call it the Matt Facebook Show. I'm like, so do you have I said you're doing one every single week.
Yeah.
Is there a name of the show, or do you kind of make it like it's a podcast or make it like it's a radio show?
Well, obviously the name of the show is your Twitter handle, which like for me, it's the Mr. Blueprint. And,
okay.
And then after that, I put the name of the person I'm interviewing and the topic. So,
got it.
So if somebody's searching for a particular topic or for a particular person's name, they're going to be able to find it in the Blab search engine.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's neat.
And then the cool thing is, this is kind of like Periscope, where you have the clappy hands in the bottom, kind of like the hearts for Periscope.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
People's content, you just do the whole clappy hands thing in the bottom, like over here. And the cool thing is the recordings that you get of this, since Matt, you are recording this, It will not show the clappy hands at the bottom, and it won't show your name and everything at the very top. It's just going to be you or you and the other person. So,
okay.
And so you can actually add your own post-production graphics to whatever you want to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then what I would do, you can upload it on YouTube if you want to, which will obviously be search engine optimized for Google and YouTube if you do it the correct way. And then if you use a service like Libsyn, you can actually use the RSS from your video podcast and make it a video and audio podcast, upload it right up in YouTube. And I'm sorry, into iTunes. So you're syndicating in a big way in that way. And it's just, you just blabbing about stuff you talk about anyway. We're all just kind of BSing about stuff all the time anyway. Yeah. So what we have to understand that for us, BSing could be really, really great content for somebody else who's never been exposed to this stuff. So you don't really know what you know when you talk to somebody until you talk to somebody who has no clue of what they know or they don't know. So it's a great way of putting out great content, interviewing experts, and just getting your digital marketing blueprint really out there.
That's great.
Yeah. So do you know Jeremiah?
I know him now.
Yeah, you know him now. Good, because
I clicked on the button by where it says plus, and I just now follow him on Blab as well.
Oh, nice. Well, Jeremiah is local. I mean, we're pretty close. He came to one of my events, and anyway, we started becoming friends, and this guy over here, freaking crazy, sends me these. I should show this guy. Like yesterday, you little bastard, he pissed me off. Quite honestly, mostly every time he texts or sends me a thing. Like yesterday, he sent me a contract they just got for $61,000. Then he sent me another contract the other day for $68,000. Then another one for $78,000. Like every time I talk to him, he's got a new big.
But in all fairness, this is business to business contracts, which are generally a lot larger, than let's say. Personal coaching or some, program like this, dealing with very large corporations, selling to C-level executives and things like that, CEOs, CTOs. So those deals tend to, by nature, just be larger deals than, let's say, another business. So it's all relative. It's like the same energy would go into that, or maybe even less sometimes that could go into, smaller deals. But the nature of that, the reality of that business, selling to bigger companies is the contract size are generally larger, than some of the other things I do on the consulting side.
Yeah, and you missed him. He was at the meeting of the minds. He would have been a good person to meet. Little bastard, you had to go to another party.
A friend's birthday party, 40th birthday party here in Vegas, and I live here in Vegas. And
that's great.
I saw a bunch of the people that we all do the social media with the Oscars and the Golden Globes and everything together, and we did the Golden Globes in less than a month, so I'm trying to get my butt in shape so I don't look so bad on the set of Access Hollywood or something like that. So,
nice. No, it's cool. Look, there's a lot of people. I mean, Chuck's on here, Sherry. Like a bunch of people started jumping in. It's pretty neat, man. I was looking at the shows last night. I'm like, man, this is going to be ridiculous. Most of the shows last night I was watching. Looks like the average that I was looking at was like 9 people on. Mm-hmm. None of these topics are boring as shit. Yeah. The only one that was really hot last night I was watching, just to let anybody know, it was like about magic sex, which I never heard of magic sex before, but I was like, well, that's a good thing to get a lot of people to sign up. But the people that were talking on it, you don't want to hear about them talking about sex.
Got it.
It's one of those things that would be better if they're on the radio than they were, because they don't have a face built for this, especially when they're talking about that subject.
That is a danger.
Yeah, my old Hollywood publicist said I had a great face for radio.
My dad always tells me.
I don't know if it's a face. I think it's a body.
I said, hey, we're related. You can't beat up on me too much, Dad. I had nothing to do with this.
Kathleen just said the magic is if they do have sex, it's all smoke and mirrors.
Lighting and makeup does wonders, I'm sure.
One of the things I wonder is,
I bet you could make a really get a really popular blab by talking shit about other blabs. I don't recommend it, but God,
yeah, a little controversy.
Blabbers.
I'm interested. I wonder if these rank well. So if you do, like, one example that I know of is we create a lot of videos for YouTube. Those videos rank, and they brought in a lot of clients and a lot of revenue over the last year. So something like this is great material because it's helping people evergreen. Like if you talk about a very specific topic and you're giving really good advice, then to rank these as well on YouTube, and they just become a lead magnet that just lives out there. And if you structure it well to where there are calls to action, for example, it could generate leads just over and over and over again. So you just pick topics, talk about them, rank the videos, and the leads will flow. So everybody wins in that scenario.
Well, what you can also do is throw some backlinks, the specific backlinks, this video on Blab, so you can actually rank Blab, not just a YouTube video. And then once people take your one bit of Kool-Aid on one Blab, they're going to want to see all your Blabs.
Oh, that's perfect. That's really good, actually. That advice, just to drive backlinks to the Blab itself.
As long as your quality backlinks, not spammy backlinks at all.
Mm-hmm.
Keyword optimized, obviously 30%, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
The deal.
That's perfect.
Can work if you upload the recording on YouTube. Question. I used to do Blog Talk Radio back in the day. It would tell you which are the highest ranking shows on a certain topic. For instance, my Fit Talk show used to always be in the top 10 fitness shows. Congratulations.
Wow.
Does Blab do that? I have no idea. And, I'm a male, and I actually admit when I don't have a clue, and which is more times than not. So I have no idea if they have rankings for certain shows or not.
Hey, Richard, real quick, just in case, if I lose my seat, can I come back in? Because my computer says 4 minutes and 32 seconds until it's restarting.
Well, Windows
the host
for sure.
It's the moment I hate Windows.
Yes, I do not know if the Blab will end. I would imagine so. If you're logged off and you're the host, that everybody else would be bumped off.
Okay.
I don't know if you would be able to even keep the recording. So
nice. Well, there's always a good first time for everything.
Yes.
You can make another person a host. Okay. So somebody's talking. We got like 10 minutes.
Maybe you can make Richard the host.
How would you do that? Richard, if that's cool, if you got a couple minutes, I can.
Sure.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
I just gave
your
you
dashboard. Your view looks a lot different than what I'm seeing in my.
Yeah.
I think it did. I just gave you a click on Richard's name in the left corner and click on him. Oh, thanks, Ed. Really appreciate it. Oh, by the way, Ed's the reason why I started doing this. Ed's on here right now. If you guys know Ed, but he told me about this a couple months ago. And so, he was an earlier adapter to this. Yeah. So, man, thanks for getting on. And thanks. This is the first time. Actually, it's funny thinking. I just mentioned, I was like, man. Yeah, Joel Kahn was talking about it at my deal. So anyway, I clicked on your name. Actually, Jeremiah, I think I'm gonna do you too. So maybe let's get Tom in here. Tom just jumped in too. You guys know Tom Cohn. So Tom is in York. So you guys are gonna have to pay attention to his voice.
Yeah.
Meaning,
Tom's an awesome guy, by the way. I just met him at your event.
Cool. Thanks, Ed.
Technology, it works.
Tom,
nice.
I just wanted to get in on the call and say, don't say rude things because I'm listening to it with my daughter in the background, granddaughter in the background. I'm gonna sit in my office. We've got the fire on. It's winter.
That's nice. 5 a.m.
That's awesome, Tom.
Sorry about that, guys. Back to business.
No, but Tom runs EZS3. He was like an earlier adapter when we couldn't figure out how to get Amazon, how we can communicate to Amazon Cloud. So he built a system to make us do that early on, and has been doing really well with that. And I believe now he's buying MemberGate. Right? MemberGate?
That's true, yeah. Buying MemberGate. Should have it in January.
Yeah. So if you guys remember MemberGate, he just bought that. So anyway, man, honestly, everybody on here we can actually probably bring in. We can, unfortunately, we filled up all the slots. But there's, we got Mike from Maine just got on here. We got, this is really cool. Robert Allen McRae. Man, it's like, really, Robert Allen? It is the real Robert Allen. No, but cool. But yeah, so
this could be like a hot seat. You jump in and then you jump out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I was thinking about for you, Jeremiah, you can make it the bunker. Pull in a bunch of guys because he does a lot of things in the security industry, so you can go in and talk about some really cool hacker stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. For that topic, it's already pretty newsworthy. I'm not sure if I told you, Matt, but we're going to be on HBO in the spring. They came and filmed us about cyber warfare topic. It's like a mini series. So just by nature, the security space is very newsworthy. And we're just getting picked up over and over about, the stuff that we do, basically hacking into companies. And it's pretty exciting to talk about it.
Well, Tom, don't you have something? I don't know if you're allowed to talk about it. You have that business in Ireland that you're part of, that security thing?
Oh, that's for luxury boat owners. That's called Boat Warden. We're bringing out a new product in January for to secure outboard engines.
So Jeremiah, I don't know if you know, but you hear about that? He's like literally putting hijack or
like LoJack, but into outboard engines.
Yep. Yeah, Tom, you and I spoke about this in some detail. It's pretty amazing.
And you're just the guy to talk to about this sort of. I wanted to talk to you, sooner, but I seen you working in the kitchen.
We'll talk to you guys later. Tom and I are going to have a conversation.
I picked up a bug on the plane.
I'm going to bust out of here so you can let somebody else in here, and I'll talk to you soon.
No, I think Matt just fell out.
Yeah, he just went black.
He does that.
He'll be back in a second, I'm sure.
It's gone undercover.
Yeah, his computer's restarting, just so everyone knows. I had to do updates.
That'd be Windows.
Yeah, Windows suck.
Mm-hmm. They've got a new thing now. Whenever you want to turn your PC on, you go wait 20 minutes while it updates something. Usually Skype.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Richard, have you done several of these? I didn't catch in the beginning. The audio was a little...
I usually do my shows on Thursday. I'm done for the rest of the year, but I do my shows on Thursday. So, excuse me, when you schedule things out, people can rely on you.
Okay.
So, I have graphics made for every show. Great. And I put that all over all of my social media platforms and things like that. And, a lot of it is shared. So,
that's awesome.
You want to be able to promote your host.
Okay.
Your co-host and the person that you're interviewing and get a lot of juice out of that. So, I mean, my job is just to make somebody else, look really, really good. Okay. That's my only goal, is to get quality content and make them look really good, which they can use the recording for their own content if they wish.
Oh, that's great. That was my next question, is what do you find is the best format for doing these? Because I know you could get on here and, it's fun to talk about things, but after a while, it'll get stale and people will get bored and fall off. So have you found a formula that works very, very well?
Well, I'm not a smart man, so I'd rather not talk about myself that much. So if I do a blab by myself, I get bored with myself, let alone everybody else get bored with me. So I just prefer to just interview people in the blabs that I do, or I interview people in the digital marketing field.
Okay.
So I go from new to speech, to what you guys were talking about earlier, to digital marketing, SEO, social media, and love. I'm just, I just want to keep it like kind of coherent with everything. So
sure.
When they see my blab on X, they know what to expect.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, the reason I ask, I've never done one of these before. It's the absolute first time I've even seen it. I've heard of it, but I just haven't even attended.
Virgin, happy to pop your cherry today, Jeremy.
Nice.
I feel like it's like the Rocky Horror Show, for blab.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got your toilet paper here? Roll of toilet paper? Well, it's going back to college days.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing you could do. I mean, what I'm doing, I'm interviewing all these industry leaders in digital marketing. And I get the recordings of these, and I have a whole library of them, so I can use those as bonuses for if I would sell a product.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And this is an inside look where people aren't selling anything; they're just giving content. Mm-hmm. And that's really what it's all about: good quality content with people with a not so irritating personality. And at the very end of the interview, a bounce back off to their website, and that's all they do.
Oh wow. This is great.
How about some product placement, Richard?
Product placement? Let's see here.
Space behind your head, you got a T-shirt.
Let's see here. I'm looking for something.
And one quick question. I don't know if people are asking questions or anything.
I know. Go calm, get it.
All right.
I'm looking on my book here, and if you guys haven't gotten this book yet, you should. It's the Bible of Marketing. That's Influenced by Robert Cialdini.
Got it. We all rush off to our libraries now and drag it out.
There you go. So now, Tom, I started using your product, I think, at least 10 years ago. The video stuff. I mean, it's absolutely awesome.
Thank you. We're just quiet corner of the internet that we just do what we said we were going to do, and we get on people's hair real quick.
Well, for the 3 people who don't know you out here, why don't you explain what your service is and how they can get some more information on it?
Okay, so EasyS3 was set up about 11 years ago, I think, and we made it easier to use Amazon hosting to put your videos on the internet. And the one thing that we did different to, it seems, everybody else, even the new guys that have come on the block since, is that we tell you to get your own Amazon account and we make that work. That way you get the price direct from Amazon. So if you're doing a lot of volume, you get the absolute best price from Amazon. So there's no wholesale add-on as you'll get from other people. And from there, because of my background in direct marketing, we put some tools in place which allow you to interrupt the video. So while it's playing, if you're an educator and you want somebody just to answer some questions before they see the rest of the video, or you want them to fill in a form, like an opt-in form, you can actually place that at a key point that of your choosing on the timeline. So you just interrupt the video and say, look, you have to do this thing before you see the rest of the video. And we call that the overlay. And then we have the underlay where when the video is finished, if you're an affiliate marketer or you want them to pay for something, you can actually show the PayPal button or the order form or redirect them with your affiliate link to the. So a lot of affiliates have used it to promote fairly heavily do a good video promotion, and then it automatically redirects with the affiliate link of their choosing. What I liked about it in the early days is that, and still people don't really use the power of it, is that if you imagine that everybody, and this is going to make more, see, my market's coming, I think my market's growing, or the video market is growing. Everybody, when desktop publishing came out, everybody could do a newsletter. So we all became little desktop publishers, and we all became little publishers of newsletters, and that was great. But when the internet video comes properly, we are all channels. So what do you want on your channel today? And it doesn't have to be your material all the time. It might be quite handy for us to swap and exchange. So my video could go on your platform, and then I get your eyeballs, and then your video could go on my platform, or advert, or tutorial, or introduction, or just useful information, and that's how we can cross-promote each other. And I just think that's going to grow. That's just going to grow and grow. And we got some stuff behind the scenes to make that kind of really easy. So
yeah, I think what the service you have is perfect, especially for newbies, because if you would put let's just say a YouTube video on a splash page, after the YouTube video is completed, you see all these little things for all the
everybody
other
else is.
Right.
Which looks very, very unprofessional. So if you take your video, upload it to the Amazon cloud, use your plugin, to be able to view that Amazon video in your player, and you can just embed that in any website, and that actually makes things a lot more professional. So kudos to you, sir.
Thank you.
That's awesome, Tom.
Thank you. Well, then it gets interesting. So MemberGate's coming up for next year. I think we're going to put some energy into MemberGate, and it as a platform, it's really not been out there, but it's like everybody gives away WordPress because WordPress is free, and that's great. And then you start paying for it. So you start paying all the plugins and the services and support, and then the plugins crash, and then blah blah blah. Whereas MemberGate is kind of it's a bit like Apple, I guess. It's on its own platform, and so you don't have to manage all that other stuff. It just has it all built in and just works. So I really like to sell things that just work because it means less stress for everybody.
Sure.
So looking forward to that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So MemberGate's its own standalone platform, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not even PHP, so it's not open source.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I think there's gonna be some tough questions asked next year with regards open source and PHP hosting for anybody that I think was it Ashley Madison's site that was hacked?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Watch out for the credit card companies to turn around and say, we're not going to let you guys get us into this trouble. You're going to pay lots of money. I think that's going to be a tough year next year.
Yeah, I deal with this every day with PCI compliance.
PCI DSS.
Yep. So we're doing testing for these companies, and as you probably know, Tom, that is not the most rigid standard. So people are getting compromised, even though they are compliant.
I just can see somebody somewhere saying we're not happy at some open source accessibility to those data sets. And if they make that ruling, then it's going to be very, very tough, I think.
Mm-hmm. It'll change a lot of businesses overnight.
Yeah, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
So it's whatever. I mean, it's what is it? What's that Chinese curse? May you live in interesting times.
Yeah, we sure do. Yeah, that's great though. I like the concept behind just make it work. You know, like because with WordPress and stuff, it's great. But like you said, once you really want to make it work for your business, that's when you start paying for all the services. You'll start worrying about security, the proper hosting, you know, all the plugins, like and all this stuff. And if you can just use your system and conduct business like you want to without those worries, that's amazing.
That's the we're already there. It's already a stable platform. We just want to grow it. There he is. He's back.
Matt is back.
How many seats can this have?
4. I'm actually about to pop off right now. I need to get ready for a meeting. So
okay, yeah, and I may pop off as well if someone else wants to come on board.
Okay.
How do people volunteer to come on board? I mean, I just saw the seat and clicked it because
I think Matt's going to have to let us let them if he's able to join. It says accept me.
Oh, you got
and Richard got off, and I think he may be the only one that can accept. Let me see. You have to click the checkbox.
I don't have that, so you must have the power.
I'm not an admin, I don't believe. Let's see. It says next to my name, there's like a little.
It's the Jeremiah Baker Show.
And Tom. I'm trying, Matt. I'm trying. I'm sorry. I see your name. There's a check next to the little icon. It looks like you've already been added.
I don't have any of those tools.
Yeah, I clicked it. I'll click his name.
It says blue. I'm red G, you're gold G, and he's H. So he must still be the host.
I think we may have royally messed this one up. I see Ed saying click his name. Hold on. Matt's calling. One moment. Hi, Matt. Yeah, I see like a little person icon. I did, and it shows a little check mark in it. Now it starts out as a little plus near your name, near the little icon. I click it. It's checked in blue, so you should be able to come on board. Yeah, Blab and cell phone. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do. I did click it. It shows you as being highlighted in a check mark, but I don't see you coming back on board. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Hey, that's all it took. Nice.
Technology.
Did you see how much technology we had going there? There's a lot. Perfect. Well, Richard left, so it was just Tom and I sitting here looking funny. Uh-oh, we can't hear you again, Matt.
There he is. Yeah.
I think you started last time it worked, correct? So the technology seems to be a little bit buggy. But all in all, this is pretty cool.
Do you know what? Did Richard say what type of file comes out at the other end? The recording.
I'm not sure if it's an MP4 or what.
Okay. People are typing in this box on the right hand side.
Yeah, still no sound. I don't know what you did last time, but whatever you did last time, it brought the audio back.
Some kind of settings, microphone, Windows settings. This is a new way to do tech support.
Yeah.
Is that Chris?
I think it was Chris. Hi, Chris.
Yeah. So how come you have all this time to do DIY and still get the big sales?
Magic.
Ah, that's what it is. A bit like delegation.
Yeah. No, actually, just a little bit about our space. Business to business, we're kind of coming to the tail end of the quarter, so everything's already closing out, and right before the Christmas holiday, everything starts to settle. But the last 2 months were absolutely crazy. Just big companies trying to get their budget spent, get contracts signed, going through legal. So this time of year actually starts to plane off for us. But on the flip side, the e-commerce business like Amazon and things like that, it's the other way. So
yeah,
kind of balance between the two.
So what you just need more rumors on the rumor mill saying that people are getting hacked.
Yep. Actually, no, our business is largely driven by regulation. So a lot of people, they have to do what we do. So the hacks just bring more awareness to the market and make people a little bit more serious. But for example, as you know, with PCI, like we were talking about before, the credit card processing stuff, you have to have the proper security in play or you cannot accept credit cards. And they have to do that every year, and then they have to have scanning and things like that. So it's something that has to be done. Here's Matt. Hey, Matt, should we... I'll hold my phone up to the speaker.
Guys. I feel real bad. I feel like I want to reach out and help him with his technology.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know how to adjust the settings because we don't see an admin screen here. I'm just seeing like as a user. Hello?
Still nothing.
Did you accidentally call me?
Can you put his microphone near your audio?
Okay, hold on.
No, I mean, I think we should say I appreciate everybody on here. First time, please forgive me. And unless you guys want to blast for a little bit, but other than that, I can't figure out why my microphone won't work.
Okay. Sorry, getting feedback. I'm not sure if everyone heard Matt, but he said, thank you for everyone coming on. Unless you want to hang out, I think we're going to call this one quits. Is that right?
Okay. I don't know why I've gone mute there. I decided to go mute and start nodding my head.
Awesome. Well, this was fun. I mean, even with technology issues, I can see how this is going to be a pretty amazing platform.
Good to see you, Matt. Good to see you as well, Jeremiah.
As well. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.